Okay.
Actually, I really hate my presentation if after Rania, because he is this designer, so everything after him must be bad. Okay, hello everyone. Before, I just want to make sure when you are born, especially with the picture. So, who know this? Okay. Oh, mostly knows. Yes, you are old. Okay. Maybe friend from Japanese say this is Tetsuan Atom, right? It's Atom Boy, but in Indonesia we say Astro Boy, not Atom Boy.
Astro Boy.
Oh, okay. And then mostly know, right? This one. Akira. Okay. Ah. This is my lover.
Dragon Ball.
Actually, I want to show music I play. Because I'm a musician also. So this soundtrack is really good. Looks like a Van Halen. And then this is what.
And I forgot.
One Piece. And this? Correct. This is my favorite character. This is not strong enough, but he can do many things. This one. Well, Hunter. So only young boys know. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Last. Okay. Okay, everybody. My name is Ahmad. I am a FOSS activist, Linux evangelist actually, but in last 2 years I use Microsoft Windows. And I am an ex-Supreme Leader in LibreOffice community in Indonesia. Why Supreme Leader? Because I am a truly dictator in community. LibreOffice Indonesia few past years is totally dictator. I don't want democratic. So when we decide to do something, I ask several persons that my idea is 1 until 10. Which one for you is look good? And then no complaint. Even creating a conference, the biggest one in Indonesia conference, is truly dictator. But it means if something bad happen, like the venue, you need to pay for venue, I will handle because I'm the king. And now, because I want to retire from community as Supreme Leader, so I want to be a mentor. So if there is a newcomers want to study about LibreOffice or Linux, I want to be a mentor. And I'm a part of the LibreOffice Asia Committee and ex-GNOME Asia Committee. And I've been 2 decades in open source software, so you can say I'm quite old, 2 decades. And I'm also a platform developer. This is the most famous Indonesian Linux distributor. Okay, my topic is here because maybe getting old, I'm thinking about why there is no young generation in open source world. Like Franklin said, actually there is a lot of project in open source, but the young one not just LibreOffice. There is like Kubernetes and OpenStack, more fun maybe.
Really?
Okay. This is the background. Too many texts. Time files, yeah. I feel old, so we need to decide the priority and then which project we choose. Yeah, we cannot cover many things. Right now, like when I was at home, I'm thinking of my spare time, which I must do, reading a book, playing games, or playing guitar. And then, nothing, just sleep. Then, yeah, I'm thinking that like another community, I'm thinking that, oh, there is 10 people. come on, Indonesia have near 300 million people, 300 million, but the community only 10. Yeah, it feels so sad. And I want to see like what's younger generation expect when they join to open source project. When I was first time joining open source project, like I need to study, I need to learn, because I never go to university. I'm only high school student. Then just joining community, Linux community. Then I grew up. Then, because I'm also parents, I'm thinking that if the younger generation is useless, it will be trash. Yeah, it's not usable in this universe. So you can imagine you have a kids or nephew or niece that they're useless. It's really bad. And then I also thinking that the young generation have their own way of thinking. For example, the most annoying thing from my side is they do everything in cell phone. Everything. Doing slide, creating animation for video. I can say this because my daughter do like this. But actually this is also good news, because if they do anything in cell phone, they doesn't care with LibreOffice, Microsoft, they doesn't care. Just tell, oh, do this in your PC. What program? Oh, this is look like Microsoft. They can do. But if you say it to all person, like for example, I work with many government officer, their mindset will Microsoft is always that. And do we need the younger generation? Yes. If you're immortal, okay, no problem, it doesn't need them. And I believe I'm immortal also. Yes, we need the young one, because if you have a community, if you have a project, you need to continue. Or it's just one-time release and 1.1 close. And the young generation mostly have a new innovation that we cannot think in. That's why I always try to talk with the young one like Rania, Sofian and others, because they have, I don't know, another point of view that I was, really? This is good? But yes, exactly good. For them, not for me. And yeah, that I said before, that because they doesn't care, they're thinking about everything in gadget, they really doesn't care about the Office 365 or LibreOffice or only Office. They will thinking that, oh, okay, I will use this for tasks in school or for make presentation. And they doesn't care. So this is change that, oh, actually you can do this with LibreOffice. So if you using LibreOffice, you can also join in the community. The community is fun. It's really interesting. You can join conference, have a sticker, blah blah blah. So it's really a lot of time to cheat them to joining. For example, this I found something interesting in Twitter in last month. So this banner is really make my eyes melt. The LibreOffice is good, but the design panel is really fucked up. Oh my god. Okay. What's the obstacle in my side? Mostly the young one is imposter syndrome. They always feel like they are not good enough to contribute. For example, they just users, common user or start programming, them thinking, oh, I cannot do this, I cannot, but actually they can. For example, in my left side, the girl, Tika, at the first time, I cannot do presentation in LibreOffice again, but next day, her presentation looks amazing. I promote your room before. So they actually lack of confidence. Actually they can, but we need to encourage them. And then we need guidance to solve the lack of confidence, what their problem actually. And the problem of open source project like LibreOffice is the entry point where they must start. It's really complex, even for me. Starting from like artwork is the best thing in Indonesia to start, because if we try to technically think like programming, you must know maybe Java or C. It's not common. Mostly in school they teach you PHP, now Go language or JavaScript. It's useless right in LibreOffice. So it's really difficult to learn. So step by step. Maybe this year we try to make a macro or Python extension for LibreOffice. That's the entry point. And the your one is easily lost focus. For example, creating one task, one project, and then there is a new one. Looks like more interesting, and then there is like Google Developer Conference, introduction new Flutter language and blah blah blah. Oh, this looks promising. You can quit one app to another operating system. So move. So they lost focus. And the last is in Indonesia we say frog in the shell. All of you frog in the well maybe. They just see their small world. Last year, I told my daughter who is in high school, they thinking that she is smartest in school. But when I was bringing her to Taipei, her mind is blown. And then before she said, I don't want to university because me as her father doesn't go to university and can become the director or guest lecturer in many companies and many universities. But when in Taipei, after back to Indonesia, she said, I want to study until master degree. It's different. So before going to big city, they mind only a small one. So I try to encourage young one to see in the bigger picture, going outside. This one. So if you have you can understand this is I'm sorry, Hatajan. Why? Yes, younger generation have digital native. They born with without using mouse. I born using mouse. They try to handle mouse. They born with the touch screen and iPhone. So it's really different. Every time watching YouTube is, and the young one really use work-life balance. You, like, is it true, right? Work-life balance. For me, no. That is bullshit. Work is work. Try to get a lot of money. But they work-life balance. So if they tired, okay, I'll stop. That's done. Now, but younger generation now is also, especially in the big city, have many different economic challenges. Yeah, right now this is quite problem. Maybe in big city like Taipei or Tokyo also happen like. So if they joining community, they will thinking that my spare time will be better if we get like a part-time job. That they will miss out like this. And they always think, if I join LibreOffice community or TTF Foundation, what I get? That's the common sense for the Gen Z. I cannot answer why, but we can give them like example. For example, I choose several students going to Taipei. Then we can tell, oh, if you become TTF Foundation or if you contribute, you can minimum you can go abroad. This one. I talked to Lothar a few minutes ago that we need to give them a role model or idol. In Japan, mostly using the anime or something to as idol, right? Or in Korea, maybe K-pop. Yeah. So in Indonesia, mostly the Linux community, they have several people as idol. So like a success story, and also like which one he is work for the good company. So it could be the idol. For example, Rania now he is the director of the company. So their friend will thinking, oh yeah, if you see my courses, you can become the director in some company. And then this is difficult thing that people with the age of more than 40 try to blend with them. For example, trying to join their game online. This is outside the project. Just join game online, playing Genshin Impact maybe, or playing racing car together. Just talking bullshit, joining coffee, it's okay. Sharing favorite manga. In Indonesia, we have the Kamen Rider Club in LibreOffice community. So mostly I have a buckle belt of the Kamen Rider. I said to them, if you want to see the Kabuto belt, I have one. If you want to see the... So we, in the conference, we show our toys together. Kamen Rider. And of course, not only asking them to join, but we assist them. For example, if we want to help them what kind of project that match with the student, we can think, oh, this one is good at artwork, this one good programming. So we need to assist them. Oh, the best one is you choose this way. The best one is you choose this way. And don't shy, just do it. Don't shy this. In Asia, this is the first step to fail. I've been trying to many people who is the core developer in many projects. I want to contribute to system team, for example. How I can do that? Just do it. Read the wiki. It will totally fail. And the most interesting, maybe not common, is help them to join the conference. When I was first in my first conference, I really doesn't know how to fly to Beijing. No Chinese. Without the Google Maps. So you can imagine how difficult. Only the old BlackBerry phone, print the Beijing map, and I'm lucky because I found Franklin. So you can imagine if I'm in Beijing, lost in Beijing without Franklin, without the alphabet is unknown, so I'm thinking like I'm blind. So after that, I'm thinking that what I can do if there is a new student joining conference, what can help. What can help is in untaught contribution. If you apply to TDF, what you do for the LibreOffice community, this is not working. We have experience helping the student to apply visa. Most of you who live in the good country, Europe, Japan, doesn't need visa to go anywhere. But us, Indonesia, going to German, wow, difficult visa. Not only visa, you need to have more than 3,000 US dollar or pounds, yes, in your account for 6 months. So I cannot just say, hey, can you lend me 3,000 euro for 6 months? It's impossible. So we try to figure out how to handle. That's why I create a company. So I am the biggest share in Rania's company. We make a company to help students. We will not give them money, but we lend them how, for example, to create passport, apply visa. But don't do much to help. For example, if the student going to immigration office to apply passport, you must ask their parents, not yourself, because there is happened last time. One of our community member bring the kids to immigration office. then police officer come. Because the police officer thinking that he will sell the kids to Taiwan as a labor. This is one thing, real experience last year. And then buy ticket flight is not cheap, right? So how we can do that? Last year we lend money to buy how much ticket? 10 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, around 10 people tickets. So how to do that? Create a lot of money, build company. And the most important thing also assist them first time, like how to handle immigration. You know, many countries. Japan is nice. Last time even you bring family, you will have a good priority. Oh, you have family? Oh, come here. It's easy. But when you go to Beijing, first time with full AK-47, oh my God. So we need to assist them how to pass the immigration and using public transportation, because not common, Indonesia now only Jakarta we have a good transportation, but outside, do we need, for example, going to bus in Japan, do we need tap in and tap out, or first time tap? We need to teach them. And the other thing is how to use toilet. In Japan, toilet is full technology. And then, but when go outside Indonesia, it's totally different. So, as simple as that. And then, for example, as a Muslim, we do different things for toilet. So, when you go to Hong Kong, it's not compatible at all. But in Japan, it's okay, it's safe. But so we need to tell them how to adapt it like that. And give rewards is in LibreOffice Indonesia. Mostly I ask several friends who have a company to donate something, like a used cell phone or used laptop. So we have like a small competition. If you contribute high enough, or this is a prospective student, we just donate the laptop. So we everyone. Sometimes I just give my Hot Wheels or my toys to the student as I'm like, maybe you are good enough to stay in community. And then, because of you are the boss, so if you have a community meeting, you pay the bills. That's the common, or the oldest one. Because if they have a coffee shop in Starbucks and students, you can imagine how it goes. And attend their event. In Indonesia, many cosplay event or many community event. Even I don't know what kind of cosplay, but I try to visit them and saying hello, and that's enough. Or there is like community of architects who show the buildings, I just say hello and expect they still use Linux every time. Also introduce them to other important person, so they will have a new network. This is my to-do, because I'm retired as the supreme leader, maybe Rania the next one. So I introduce them that which one the key person in the government, for example. I know the government person who we ask for sponsorship, which company. So I introduce all of them one by one. Or if you have a new conference, you can contact this person, A, B, C, everything. Try contact this, and sometimes just sell. You are a friend of mine, and everything is okay. And the last one, give them responsibility. So even you doesn't believe that someone will be failed. For example, there is some student you believe that this person is not too good, but it's also 50-50, good and bad. But give them responsibility, become the leader of something. For example, the leader of the event, for example, if they give up or ask some advice, you need to help them. So ask them to become the PIC of the some conference. Even you doesn't believe, but try to believe, because mostly old generation doesn't believe everything with the young one, because you always see fail, 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 and fail. Okay, I think it's still no. I think that's all for me, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for talking about the younger generation of FOSS in open source. Okay. Do you have any questions or opinions? Okay. No. All right.
I just don't want to go first.
Okay. Hold on.
I just want to echo one thing you mentioned about encouraging the young generation to attend the international conference. That's. He just said that we met in Beijing in 2014.
Correct.
And that's what I did. Help younger generation. No. 10 years can be a generation. That's what we did. We have several young students in Taiwan to attend the LibreOffice conference in Europe before pandemic hit.
Before pandemic.
Yes, really, we have several years. We have some young students, but when the pandemic hit, everything become very difficult. Okay, so I think that's a really important point for encouraging the younger generation. Last year, when they came to Taiwan, I helped them to get a visa. And the migration office in Taiwan called me. She asked me that, you invite so many people from Indonesia to Taiwan? I said, yes. Some of them were just 16 years old. I said, yes, that's the most important part. Yes, that's what I told her. So she finally agreed to with us. Yes, I think that's what we can we really need to do if we have the chance to contact younger generations and encourage them to. Of course, we need to participate in the community first, to contribute something first. We can encourage them to submit talks to international conference. I think that would be a very good experience for them. Okay, just echo this.
Okay, thank you very much. For other comments or questions? Okay, thank you.
So your talk addressed younger people in general, but actually, especially considering comments we also had in earlier sessions, there are all kinds of younger. There are people at say high school age or even earlier. There was the animation called that we were showing the Aden and what's his name? Zangman, right? And that's for actual children, even before high school, so earlier than that. And then there are students and young professionals, and for these different age groups, the question of motivation is different. The question of what amounts of spare time they have is different, and we might want to think about these, like encouraging people in these three different groups separately. And another comment I wanted to make that has to do with our technology. So, Ahmad, right, mentioned the languages that people know Morse or learned in Indonesia. And there's also the question of which languages are becoming more popular or less popular over time. But there's also the modularity and the extent to which a code base is or a project is technically isolated or not. And some projects will attract more contributors, or even interested in active users, because there's a lot of interaction. A project with part of the project is developing libraries that are used elsewhere, and there are more organic links. And for the LibreOffice ecosystem, so to speak, I feel that we are relatively weaker in that respect, not in the sense of us not having done more work. That may or may not be the case, but it so happens that that LibreOffice is like a remote island from a lot of the more closely related communities of coders and users and I don't know, DevOps people. And we might want to think also on the technical level of thinking of how to bring us closer and not just attracting people to the remote island.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Other opinion, questions. I have opinion. Let me say a few words. Yeah. I'm a person who belongs to new older generation, which means I say don't do that. I'm gonna say don't do that because if they have the will to what they want, yeah, I'm not gonna say don't do that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Like for example, there is a student want to try something. We believe that they will fall, right? Yes. It will be fail. We cannot say that don't do that. I say just go. Even they just hit the car. Dumb. I told you.
Of course, I just do it to speak English as a language because a lot of people don't say. Yeah, but I don't mind. It's okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Other questions, comments? All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.